let's talk about the challenge that I see when you work from home, right? The biggest challenge that people have is that you have to stay happy. And that's what a lot of people end up struggling with. Many of you guys are working from home, maybe for the first time right now, and you have this giddiness or this honeymoon phase where it's kind of cool and so on and so forth. But the difference between working a little bit from home and now for the foreseeable future from home is that you have to really change your approach to it. And so the two success factors that we think you have to be long-term successful in working from home is that you need to stay feeling connected and you need to feel productive. And you might ask, okay, why is that? Why are they so important to be successful working from home? Well, let me walk you through some scenarios here real quick. If we're looking at productive, if you don't feel productive, um, certain things will happen, right? Maybe you're not productive because you're a little distracted. It's nice at home. There's certain comfort creatures you are going to, use more or get into more. You start feeling less productive. The pressure increases. You're going to have feelings of guilt, and you will probably end up working A, harder, and B, longer. And so all of a sudden, what used to be a nice 8 to 9 hour day of work with a nice like clip because you left and went home ends up becoming 10 hours, 12 hours, maybe even 14 hours. And the funny thing is, if we were to just time your time of what you actually worked at home, you might actually only have worked 8 to 9 hours, but it doesn't feel that way. And that is the key thing. And so all of a sudden you start resenting working from home because your life feels crappier because you feel like you're working all the time, right? So that's and that's going to unleash a lot of very unpleasant feelings that we need to learn to avoid. Talking about feeling connected, that's even simpler, right? If you're not feeling connected, you're going to get a sense of feeling isolated, and isolated leads to various degrees of outcomes, either a mild sense of loneliness, all the way to various degrees of severity around actual depressions. And that is something we need to take extremely successful. And the problem is, most likely, people will fail at both of those things. It's not easy to make those things happen when you're working from home. And when pressure and isolation goes up, the problem is that unhappiness comes along with it. And if you are unhappy at home having to work, you're going to have the next few months being your living hell. And we absolutely want to avoid that. So we came up with a bunch of tools how to overcome that. And that's what I want to present to you guys today. Hope it's going to be an interesting ride.